Yeah.
Yeah, so this is going back to us going to check out Ravi's gig, this past week, and I just wanted to hear your comments about.
Well, I want to add right there. I don't go to jazz.
Right.
Yeah, I'm never in the city. I don't like the city. I love it. I was born in it, but it's too crazy for me now. And that's why I said earlier that I felt so good to be at the Jazz Standard. I'm plugging it right now because it's so comforting there. It was so much the appropriate concert hall for what Ravi was doing, or that kind of music. I'm sure it's perfect for any kind of music, right? It's accommodating. It's a hall there too, So I enjoyed being there with that music there. And so that gave me a sense that, well, there is this stuff going on. Depends on who's playing what. So, your question?
Yeah, I just wanted to hear your comments on, how much you think, what we saw relates to, then jazz, what we're calling, jazz that happened back then, maybe around when Miles was around, before kind of maybe Coltrane took over or, had more of an influence on jazz. And then, more jazz, what's going on today, or more of what you're playing. I wanted to hear how you thought those two related, or how what we saw relates to, then and now jazz, I guess we can call it.
I see. Well, put simply, I think Ravi's a type of a composer. I think he composes his own music. I mean, it seemed like he was playing original tunes. And so he's much more developed now, so he's more relaxed. I think he's searching less. Not that there's anything for him to search, but I think he had enough of a reservoir of intelligence and experience to be able to play very easily, gracefully, right? Very movingly, right? Emotionally, very genuinely in terms of whatever was going on. And deeply. So I underscore the word deeply. He was going deeper into what he was playing, which I think has been a developmental thing for him since I know him. So he's going more deeply now in certain things than he did, let's say 20 years ago when I was playing with him, or earlier, we were also playing in the 90s briefly. So he's much more thorough and deeper. So he's sounding a little bit more like his dad, and it's almost like predictable, that what he's going to be sounding like. Going to be probably more like his dad without him taking from his dad, because he's his own person. So, but he has it in him. He was given this profound, if not miraculous, endowment, right, to take from as he chose, because his father was vast. John was covered a vast amount of territory, right, and his mind was very open. So Ravi has that advantage. So any way he goes, he's got it happening. So in terms of what I'm doing, I didn't have a father like Ravi had to look up to. I have a different kind of father, which is nothing to look up to, nowhere to look into, except the now. So I don't have a reference beyond that except my raw emotion and how I'm feeling about being here now. So anyway, that's pretty vast in its own way. So I'm saying that, I'm not playing anything relative to what the guys were playing, right? Did I play that before? Did I play changes? Did I play the tunes before? Yes, as every jazz musician does. Right? It's part of the tradition, it's part of the culture. So you enjoy doing that when you need to, when you have to. But that's long ago departed from my field of, let's say, things to do or having to do. Now it's just a moment and keeping it open to the spirit of the moment and creating from that. And that's sufficient for me. So what I'm playing does not look back in a certain way. There may be echoes and I guess you might say comparisons with Train because of the liberty that I'm taking, going against time or beyond time, but I'm a drummer, so I have a dual purpose of having to master time, play time, and then go beyond it. So I think sometimes when you're mastering time, you're creating the force field that moves you to go beyond it, because we're time and no time. We're basically more no time than time, but we're living in a time world. So we have to deal with that and balance that out to whatever degree we can. Sometimes that means you need to play time to release yourself from time, or maybe get away from time completely, to relax you into a much deeper state of consciousness. So I think the deeper state of consciousness, whether I'm playing melody, harmony, or rhythm, is more the truth of what I do. And I call it hard fire sound. Shoot.
Yeah.